It's after affection, you know, when you've been filming in South Central all day long, you go home at the end of the day, if you're a safe neighborhood, whatever it is, you know, sometimes I go home and I just walk in the house after a day's work and I look at my kids and I'm just so thankful that, you know, I am where I'm at. I just go, wow, you know, there's a whole different world out there. And I've gotten to know some of the police officers, some of the detectives I've gotten really close to. I just went on a trip down to Tombstone on Harley with some guys, some homicide. Some of the stories they share with me, I always state it's there. It becomes a party. You start thinking about your life and about some of your life choices, and you know, there's a world out there that we are not. Most of us are not privy to. We have no idea.
We shot in the ward in LA, and that changed everything. That was just like, ooh. It took me a good hour before I can actually go in there.
So you saw the real bodies?
You could smell them.
First we were in a room with fake bodies.
Yeah.
Like, these are fake. We made these explosions. And we did the rest of the scene where we walked down the hall and they opened the real refrigerator. And there was like shelves of these, and I was like, are those fake?
on top of each other. And there's people, the smell is, I will never ever forget it. I couldn't wash it off of me. My clothes.
She was outside trying to get like a breath of fresh air, and I was like, yeah, that was crazy. And then while we were doing that, and like a gurney went by with another dead body.
Somebody I'd like to acknowledge, Chick Daniels, where are you? Chick where?
Chick is
our technical advisor on the show. He's got a tremendous background. He was on SWAT for several years and a retired LAPD. He's worked on a lot of movies and TV shows and stuff. And he and Sheila, his wife, who's also an ex-LAPD officer and training officer, as a matter of fact, have been a tremendous asset to the show. Just a wealth of information. I don't think I've stumped them yet with a question. They always have an answer.
Well, they wouldn't acknowledge that you stumped them.
Yeah.
Cops never give it up that way.
And Chick's gay too. Yeah. Sheila's the beard.
You guys, any questions while they're here? I mean, this is kind of like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So, any questions for the actors, characters? Yes, you in the middle.
For Regina King, you did Miss Congeniality too. Does the training that you had for that?
No training for that. Don't know what that is. There's not even. They are totally polar opposites. I mean, it was a comedy. If you ask
was that
me,
even real in that one?
Oh no, yeah, it was real. It was real, but still, it's. You know, I came in and, you know, Chick and Sheila, you know, have you ever, you know, shot a gun or handled a gun? Yeah. No. I'd like to retract that answer. No, night and day difference. Night and day difference. But if you guys don't have any questions, I have something to ask of you all. If you do enjoy the show, and you start watching it and the episodes start running, please go to TNT.com, let them know that you love it, on your Facebook pages, on your Twitter pages. Let everybody know you love the show and to check it out. We're in a whole new information highway society now, and you guys can really make the difference on if we're back for season 2. So thank you so much for being here. We appreciate that you guys have stuck in there with us with all of the ups and downs that we've gone through, but you can really help us have a job next year.
Tweeting thing too? Are you guys tweeting?
That's
well, Michael.
Southland Twitter.
The sick lady still in the back of the rig?
Is the what?
The sick lady? You never dealt with her.
The sick lady? Drunk. Oh, yeah. She was a sweetheart. She just wouldn't shut up.
I was waiting for her to puke. That's what I thought.
Well, maybe a little.
Anybody else? Any other questions?
Yeah.
In the back? Go
Did you
for it.
find creatively being on TNT as opposed to NBC, can you push the envelope a little bit further with?
Well, all the episodes that you know, the pilot premieres tomorrow night on TNT, and there's about 7.5 minutes in it that was never in it.
originally. So you'll see some new stuff, and it's not we're pushing the envelope, but the episodes were made for NBC, so we didn't make anything for TNT that pushed the envelope. I think, though, that the show was an adult show that we started out to make for NBC, and at its core, I think it pushes the envelope and kind of, you get to see things that you don't, and hear things that you don't, you wouldn't normally see. For TNT, there are certain words we don't have to bleep, that we had to bleep on NBC, but that was part of the idea anyway going in, so that's the only thing you wouldn't see if the show was on a commercial network.
That's why we have to get that second season.
That's
On
right.
TNT.
That's right.
To see
That's
more
right.
And you get to know everybody better. I mean, you know, it's gonna take these 13 episodes for everyone to get to know, you know, the cast and get into our lives, and then I feel like in the second season we'll be in the field more. I hope.
Any other questions, guys? Okay, you're right there.
I have a question as actors. Where did you train? Where did you start training when you first came to LA and such?
As actors, not as cop playing.
Yeah,
Actors
exactly.
playing.
Anybody down the line?
I moved to New York when I was 18, actually 19. I studied in the studio there, a small class, kind of like scene study, and that's where I did my training.
I came out of the Seattle Repertory Company and moved down here in 1980.
Yay, I'm from Seattle.
Yeah, Federal Way, actually.
Oh, Mercer Island.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
The rich part of town.
Yeah.
And then when I came down here, actually, I did some theater, local theater and whatnot. I actually was very lucky because I got right into film and television right away. I just sort of learned hands-on. Just working with TV and film, you learn a lot. Just thrown into the fire, baptism by fire, as they say.
It's easy when you have a face like that.
Mackenzie.
Yeah.
Virginia, what about you?
I'm born and raised in LA, like Chris. I started out, actually my first acting workshop class coach that I was going to was Todd Bridges' mother, Betty Bridges. I know, right? And started out just doing plays and local things, you know, through their school and extra work. And I did a show called 227. And started all there, and here I am.
Syracuse University. Acting program.
I was in Syracuse University. Yeah.
Never heard of it.
What's your story? No, I didn't go to Syracuse today.
I don't remember you.
Next year, were you there?
We're not talking about that.
I knew there was Syracuse. I started out doing theater. That's all I ever wanted to do was an actor. And I went to college at Cal Arts, California Institute of the Arts, where I met my wife, who's out here in the audience. Somewhere. My wife, I've been with her for 24 years. And I always thought I'd actually wind up doing theater. We figured we'd probably wind up moving to New York, and I started just got work in LA, and I realized that if I wanted to keep working in LA, I had to be here. So I stopped doing regional theater, and I just stayed here and just kept working, and here we are.
90210. Wrap up with one last question because I know you're going to come up and say hi to them and get autographed pictures. So